Hello friends, welcome back to Fitness for Gamers and Streamers. Still Chris here. And today I want to talk about goals, not how I usually talk about being realistic and being achievable, should always be that anyway, but I want to talk about how your fitness goals can change and evolve and why that's a good thing. So most people start training, get fitness into exercise for a certain goal, which could be weight loss, it could be being a skinny guy trying to put some muscle on, it could be trying to be more confident, it could be training for a race or something. And that's very good. Anything gets you started is fantastic, but you need to be okay if these goals shift. So, for example, myself, I started training because I wanted to get super lean, I wanted to look good. Then I moved into more a strength focus, and now I'm more into a health focus, strength, also doing lots of cardio, lots of actual health benefits, working on that. So, be okay with your goals shifting and don't let anyone else tell you that you can't change your goals or that you have to stick with what you're doing all the time, because that's not true. Whilst I don't think you should be jumping around all the time and oscillating from extremes, if you want to spend a while training for a marathon, that's absolutely great. If you want to try build some muscle for a while, that's also great. You don't have to pigeonhole yourself and you don't have to stick with a certain way of training if you don't want to. Sometimes variety is the spice of life, so having a different goal, switching it up, then going back to your previous training style, that's absolutely fine. Anything that keeps you motivated, keeps you interested in exercising, eating well, obviously recovering as well, is a fantastic way to do it. So you could go into a period of going from being muscle building into a powerlifting focus if you wanted to, or you could go into a full CrossFit focus, or Hyrox, I think that's the new current CrossFit light I've seen a lot of anyway. Just a different goal, different challenge, and it doesn't mean you should throw all your previous training out the window. Some principles will always be there. You should always have a strength training element, you should always have some cardio element to it. But having a different goal, different focus, maybe just having a new crowd of people around you, because different fitness communities have different vibes as well. Even if you train by yourself, if you go online onto Instagram or TikTok or anywhere in forums, for example, lots of different sports and different styles of training have different people to talk to. And I truly do believe you can learn something from anyone. So just broaden your horizons a bit. Don't pigeonhole yourself. Don't feel like you have to keep training in a certain way or pursuing a certain goal just because you've already started doing it. If you start for a weight loss journey and then realise, actually, I want to get super strong, I want to be muscle building, that's also a really good goal to have. Don't worry about it. As long as you are moving forward, if you are training hard, if you're eating well to recover, you're doing the best, you're being more, putting your strength first, that is absolutely great. Likewise, if you're in a muscle building phase or if you want to build some strength, if you want to lose some weight and lean up a bit, don't be worried about doing that either. Unless you have like a competition to go to that actually matters, or you have something like that coming up, your fitness goals are your own and they can shift and change as you wish. I do believe you should have a period of pursuing a certain goal. So maybe for a few months pursue a certain goal. I don't think you should be changing these every week, like you should be changing your routine every week. But I do believe you can go through different periods, even if you break it up through the year. Say 6 months going for this goal, 6 months for that goal. Or it could be a longer period for a couple of years. But even then, you're not stuck in there. If you've always trained for marathons and running, there's no rule that you can't now go into muscle building. Don't let these self-imposed limitations stop you doing what you want to do or pursuing different fitness areas. Likewise, pick up a new sport. It's always good to pick a sport. You don't have to be an expert. Always embrace the beginner phase. Always embrace being an amateur and learning. You don't need to go in and be an expert. You don't have to go into, like, for example, if you want to pick up playing rugby, you don't have to go in with the mindset, right, I'm going to be in the Premier League. You don't have to do that. You can just be casually enjoying it, making friends, getting movement, moving around, having a good time. That's perfectly valid. You can also just decide for a while, I'm going to maintain my fitness at the moment and go other fitness goals, not even fitness goals, going for hobbies. I want to work on my cooking, I want to do some more reading, I want to learn more about these things, do some more studying. Fitness can be maintenance, it can keep you going. Just make sure you maintain that fitness habit, because make sure you keep all the benefits you've got. So make sure you are still strength training, still doing your cardio, still eating well, still giving yourself a chance to sleep, and make sure that your life is being enjoyed, make sure you're living your life as well. It's not all about fitness all the time. So that's pretty much my thoughts on that today. I do see people who get too caught up in a certain mindset or a certain mindset around a fitness training way. It's often people coming from, say, powerlifting, and they worry about doing something else because they're worried about losing all their strength. And I think you shouldn't worry about that unless you are going for a record or some sort of actual achievable, measurable record, really. I think you should be able to adapt your fitness goals, move around, shift what you want to do, go for different seasons, and you can always build up to specific goals. Strength, for example, powerlifting is a very specific, trained way of expressing strength. So even if you go away from powerlifting, you can still get stronger. When you go back to powerlifting, you'll reach new heights after that. And it's always time to do extra cardio. It's always time to work hard. You'll never regret working on your fitness. As I say, strength is the most important thing to put first, but everyone should also be doing their cardio for their heart health. It makes a big difference. So that's my thoughts for today. Do you have fitness goals? Make sure you work hard towards them, but don't be afraid to change them or let them evolve as life changes, as you change, as what you want changes through life as well. So that's all for today. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.